before, after. Hello everybody, my name is Ilse and this is hobbykr, the channel where I make videos about anime events and culture, mostly in South Korea. I am back. I was gone for like 2 weeks. Well, I posted a video this week, but it was really short. I moved yeah, it's kind of noisy now. So I moved, as you can see. That's why I was gone. There were just a bunch of things happening in my life and I just decided to take a break, but I am back. And to commemorate the fact that I did move, I came back with a DIY because I live in a much nicer place now and I want to display my Rinko collection. So today I'm going to share a DIY with you. So honestly, it's not that fancy, but I think I did a really good job and I'm really proud of how it turned out. So without any further ado, let me show you what I did to display some of my Rinko collection. Okay, so I'm going to be using a cork board. You can use any that you find. Then obviously I have tacks, pins, I don't know what these are called. Then I have wallpaper. This is non-permanent wallpaper. Then I picked up just some paper for the background. You can choose whatever you like. And I have these things that you can use to hang things on wallpaper. In Korea, most houses have wallpaper, so I'm using this to avoid damaging the wall. Now this is my collection of keychains and pins and stuff. So I'm just sorting through it and deciding what I'm going to hang. Pretty much everything except the light stick cover. Now, the first step is the measurements. I'm really bad at math and technical things like this, so honestly, this was a bit hard. I very foolishly started measuring inside the corkboard instead of just placing the ruler like on the wood itself, and it was so hard, honestly. I was also thinking of covering the bottom part, but it was just too hard for me to do, so I just didn't end up doing it. Now I'm taking the non-permanent wallpaper and measuring it. This was hard as well because it was a roll. I pretty much ditched my cutting board because it was making it so complicated, as you can see. If you're doing this, I really recommend having something to hold the paper, like I did with the notebook here. And then I'm just writing out the measurements that I wrote out from the corkboard itself. This part was very challenging for me. The measurements weren't adding up. It was kind of complicated and I had to do a few tweaks to get it to work. Now that I have the measurements, I'm just cutting the paper. This was the best part. There's something so satisfying about cutting like contact paper and stuff. And now I'm just seeing how it looks and it fits pretty much perfectly, thank God. And I'm just cutting the rest of the paper. I was so relieved when it actually worked. I really didn't think I was gonna be able to just because I struggled so hard with the measurements. I know you're not seeing it here, but I really did. But in the end, I think it came out alright, although my measurements were a bit off, if I'm being honest, but you don't get to see this here. Now I'm using the paper. This is just random paper. I really recommend you choose the color of the character that you love. Obviously, everyone in Bang Dream has an assigned color. That's why I chose a gray for Rinko. So my advice to you is if you do something like this, choose a color that represents your character or you think combines well with the colors. And I'm just using tacks to hold it down. I thought about gluing it, but in the end I decided to just doing tacks just so I can use the board once again. I also really like this paper. It was advertised as like flower paper and it was just so smooth and nice. And now it's finally time to paste the non-permanent wallpaper. So I'm doing this with a ruler to make sure there are no air bubbles. And I did struggle a bit at first to do it straight. So that's why I'm going back with the ruler and making sure that I'm really pasting everything down and that everything looks as straight as it can be. Although I did struggle a bit in some areas. You can see there that there's kind of like a line of wood, faint line of wood that you can still see, but overall I think I covered the whole frame pretty well and the pieces look like they go together really well, so in the end my measurements weren't that bad, I guess. now that it is done. I'm really proud. I think it looks completely different. I really managed to make my vision come to life. Now it's time to organize my keychains and see how I'm gonna put everything together. Honestly, unfortunately, I think this board is a little small for me and I wish I had a bit more space because I am gonna get more things in the future and it's gonna be a little bit hard to accommodate. But here I'm just putting a tag on every single keychain, and then for the can badges I'm putting 2 tags underneath every can badge, and then when you stand it up they kind of just rest on the tags and they don't fall and they are displayed really neatly. So this is a good trick if you were ever looking for a way to display your can badges. And this is the before. And here is the after. Really happy with how it turned out and how I transformed the board. I really didn't like it before, but now I love it and I have space for putting more things. Here is some of the rest of my collection in a shelf on the other side, and here is the other stuff. So I just put all the acrylic stands together and my towel and this. So yeah, everything's kind of dispersed now. So I have a small bonus project. Today I finally got my hands on the Rinko, I guess it's like mat for your computer. So I really want to put it on my table, which I primarily use to like edit and draw and stuff. I never eat on this table. So right now it is already full of decorations. So I need to remove that because I don't want to put anything on top of the mat. So I'm going to rearrange and I'll show you how it looks. I am taking away everything and carefully removing the glass and just taking everything off that I had put down before. And now I'm kind of just going to take out the mat and put it there just so I have a reference of where to put all the items. And then I'm deciding which folders I want. I'm gonna put some Rinko trading cards. These are the stickers from the Animate promotion where if you spend like 10,000 won, they give you a sticker. As you can see, I have too many. Then these are postcards from the exclusive Anime X Games Festival Korea illustrations, and just putting some other stuff I had from the Bangream Cafe. Then I'm removing the mat, putting back the glass carefully, and putting back the mat. Here is the finished result. Super happy with it. I couldn't get everyone in there, but I have a good variety, I think. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know what you thought of it. My collection has grown a lot, so it's kind of hard to display everything all together, but I am happy with how it's going. I'm going to be getting some new things like next month, so it's just gonna keep growing. I'm gonna keep having to figure out how to display things. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd be interested in watching something else, please click on one of these links, and until next time, goodbye.